Silo Season 2 has officially begun. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the long await for Season 2 of Silo is now here. Episode 1 available on Apple TV for you guys to go and check out right now. It's been a while since the first episode of the very first season, and that very first season was freaking awesome. I mean, the twists, the turns, everything about it was just so cool, man. The mystery aspect and everything. I've been waiting for Season 2, and now we finally have it, and Episode 1 just picked up right where we left off, didn't it? The quality is there, everything about it, and it already has me going, I can't wait for this new season to continue, because this episode, we see a rebellion happening. Not in the silo that we have just spent the whole season in, but a different silo. We see this rebellion going at it where they finally figure out what is actually at play, and they go in. And there's this really, really awesome moment where they just put down a bridge and they start fighting their way through, and you're like, yes, revolution! Anyway, so then they're like, cool, we're getting out of the silo. They overtake it all. They open the doors and they go out. This is then when we see the green flag that they had there as we see Juliet walking. So we're where we are now, from Juliet leaving the silo to where she is walking, and she sees the dead bodies. So, look, we know now the outside is not exactly what it seemed like in the imagery, but we also know that it's also, you're going to die if you go out there without a suit. And there's this really insane imagery when you're walking and you see all the bodies around this silo, like just thousands of them, just all there scattered. And when it pans out and gives you the wide look of the silo, and you just see all the bodies, man, it is insane imagery. It is brilliant cinematography. It shows you the scape and scale of what just happened. And that was the whole rebellion coming out. And then we see Juliet go into that silo. And so she's going in there now to figure out what is going on in here, because she sees all these dead bodies. You know, it's just this really irky feeling as you're watching her go in. They do such a great job at setting the scenery that when she is going into this silo, you're feeling the anxiety as well with her as she's discovering everything about this. So she's going into the silo, there's dead bodies all through it, and she's trying to, open the doors to get in. She finally gets in, but she realizes, oh, the tape on her suit's come unloose, and she's starting to struggle to breathe in the suit, so she has to somehow get out of it. So she closes the doors, smashes in her thing, and gets out of this suit. So she is now in this abandoned silo by herself with no one else. It is completely destroyed. You can just see it. It's dark. It's murky. It's not a place I would like to be. And then we start to get some flashbacks about Juliet and her life as a kid, and how she became an engineer, and what she was doing down there with Walker, how she was making friends. So we get an idea of her and how she got into that. And that was all nice. To get, more character development for Juliet is brilliant. And it's really starting to give her more layers, and how come she's so good at what she does. It's because she started at such a young age, and this is what she did. She found joy in creating and fixing things. So then we go back to her in the silo. And so she's walking around trying to, figure out what's happened here. She's going in, she's smashing the mirror to see the camera. Yep, this silo has the same camera. And then she comes across this bridge that's broken. And she sees where, it's all barricaded and everything like that. And she's like, oh, okay, I need to get across there. So she goes up, gets some rope, and tries to swing across there, falls down. And obviously we know that no one knows how to swim, because why would they? Why would they know how to swim when they don't even have swimming pools or anything like that? So she's already thinking she's going to drown. She gets out. This is where then she comes up with this plan to build a bridge to get across there. So she does that. The bridge falls apart as she makes it across. It's this very moment, like, is she going to make it? Is she not? The only thing that's holding her back is the rope that she tied for safety, just in case the bridge did collapse and she fell. So she cuts that, and she's up on the other side. So now she's going through, she's inspecting all the other side. She's like, man, I got to cross here. There's no one here. There's nothing here. What's going on? And then she's like, well, I've got to go. But now it's like, well, how am I going to get back across? Then she notices the bridge that the rebellion used. So she devises this plan of getting the barrels, pushing that thing onto the barrel, and then putting sandbags at one end, and then pushing it along the barrel. So as the barrels fall down, this thing keeps going because all the weight's on this side. And as it falls, it should just land and create a bridge, which it does. So she starts walking across, and then she starts hearing music. And it's like, okay, this is just a bit strange. And I'm like, okay, wait, is that the background music or is that actual music? And it was actually music. So she goes back and checks. She sees this door. She tries to open it, can't. Obviously, you need a code to get in there. So she's like, yeah, okay, whatever, the music's in there, whatever, I guess I can't get in there. So she starts to head back to go back across the bridge when someone speaks. And we see these eyes coming through. And he basically says, oh, I get it. There's a door here. You want to see what's inside. It's locked, etc. But if you do it again, I'm going to kill you. And then the episode ends. What? You end the episode there? This is what I mean. This is what Silo did so well in the first season. Is it gives you enough to where you're like, I need to know more now. And it's like, here's the cliffhanger of this episode. Come back next week. And now you're like, next week you're like, this guy is in there. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, who is this person? Was he part of the rebellion that stayed behind? Was he part of the actual, structure, the hierarchy? Who is this guy? And to threaten her like that, instead of seeking help or anything like that, it's crazy, man. Absolute crazy. So, again, Silo, beautifully shot. Rebecca Ferguson is absolutely fantastic in here. We're now getting a look at another Silo and what's, all happened in there. Because now we know that there are multiple silos. What is going on in our other silo that we just followed last season? I don't know. These are the questions. And this show has already raised those questions and got me excited to figure out what is actually happening. What happened? It's so good, man. It's so good having this. I think this is a fantastic start. This is exactly what I wanted episode 1 to do. Raise questions, get me back introduced into the world, and get me wanting more. That's what it did. It succeeded. This was a brilliant start. So let me know what you guys think of this episode. Did you guys enjoy episode 1 of season 2? Smash it in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.